Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub, Pub Sports Radio, Tuesday, March 22nd. Ian Cameron, Dutch Boy Fresh, Trot Wham, and our Tuesday regular guest, Jay Money, with us as well, ready to break down the Tuesday NBA card. We've got 4 games on tap tonight. Interesting slate. Let's get to it. We'll start with Golden State taking on Orlando. Golden State 7.5-point road favorites here, 214.5 being the total in this one. Magic, of course, are a team that have been obviously rebuilding a bit, but coming off a rare win, I guess you could say, for them against Oklahoma City, 90-85 a couple days ago. They were 8.5-point favorites, though, did not cover in that game. Golden State, meanwhile, back-to-back home losses for them as they start this road trip here tonight in Orlando, but coming off 2 home losses at the end of that homestand against Boston and San Antonio on Sunday, 110-108. So you got to think the Warriors might be wanting to start this road trip on the right foot. They're certainly taking a step down in class after a couple of their last few opponents. Do we trust them to lay this many points on the road's the question. It looks like tonight Steph Curry remains out for them. It looks like Moses Moody, Andrew Wiggins game time decision as well, but definitely Curry out, definitely confirmed that he won't be on the floor tonight for the Golden State Warriors, although it looks like Wiggins upgraded to probable. He's been dealing with a left knee injury, so it's looking like Wiggins is going to be a go here for Golden State. Do we trust them to get it done without Curry is the big question. I think they're certainly capable of doing that. Although I do want to point out, they went to Orlando in 2021. They lost the game 124-120. They went to Orlando in 2019 in December. They lost the game 196. They went to Orlando February 2019. They lost that game as well. This has actually not been a good place for Golden State in recent years. So I'm on the fence. I think Golden State should win. Could they cover? Definitely, even without Curry. But do I want to take it? Probably not. So probably a backwood here for me when it comes to this game with the Warriors and the Magic. Dutch, we'll start with you. What do you think with Golden State, Orlando?
Yeah, real quick. Salute to the ladies, gents, and DJs for tuning in. You already know it's all love. Be sure to hit the motherfucking like button like I just hit that playing a cool whip. Get you right where you need to be. Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy, Zachary, Polly Walnuts, everybody in the chat. Be sure to share the video and, of course, smash the like button. But, yeah, man, this game's is a backwood for me. I believe the Warriors, the reason why they usually use those stats is because they usually have Miami on deck, and that's what we have in this case as well, I believe. So, yeah, I'm not going to be betting this game.
Yeah, it feels like they could show up, and even without Curry, they're capable of winning by 10 plus against this Orlando team, but I'm not willing to put dollars down on that.
Off of 2 losses as well, too. Big thing, you know what I'm saying? So, how you feeling, Jay?
Yeah, well, Jay, what do you think here?
Yeah, for me, man, I like the Warriors here early, man. A couple of my guy Ronald Cobain, he basically talked me into it. My guy Friday as well. My guy knows the guy on Twitter. They can still do it without Steph. They're coming off 2 losses. They got Draymond back. He's probably gonna be pissed after getting thrown out. I know you talked about it, Ian, the fact that the Magic have beaten them at home the past few years, but those were somewhat different Magic teams. Obviously, some of those had Vucevic, Gordon, and some guys. This team is tanking, not really going anywhere. First game of back-to-back for both teams, so I'm not messing with Warriors full game, even though I do think this could be a trifecta spot. But yeah, first quarter -2, -2.5, first half -4. Yeah, I like them boys to come out here and smoke this Magic team who have the 30th ranked offense in the league the last 5 games here. So as long as the Warriors bring a little defense and are even a little bit interested in this game, as far as early on, I definitely think they can get it done. Wham, I know you got some props for us, my brother.
Yeah, man. I'm looking at this game, bro. No Steph, Wiseman out for the season. 2 teams going out different directions, like you said. One's looking for playoff seeding. The other team is, pretty much looking at the lottery, you know what I'm saying? Lottery seeding, you know what I'm saying, from that point of perspective. But Andrew Wiggins being in the lineup is going to be a big plus. He had his career high 8 3-point makes in the last game against this team. And like you did mention, Ian, this home team matchup has been 7 straight games. So the home team has won the game 7 straight in this matchup. But that was back in 2017, the last time they won the Warriors here. I think the Warriors are probably good live, like my guy said early. Probably even full game here as well. We know how good they are in the second half as well. Jordan Poole, I expect him to go over 22.5 points, 22, whatever the points is there. Even though it's been a 50-50 situation without the guys there, I think he gets it done today. So that's the way I would bet. But I'm off this game. It's a backwood for me too.
Yeah, I do want to point out we have only 4 games. So since people in the chat have brought up some of what went on yesterday, we will acknowledge there was some tomfuckery in the NBA last night. Of course, Dallas, we talked about that they were, if you laid 2 with them, that's pretty brutal that it landed right on 2, 110, 108. They were leading most of the game. They're up by double digits at times in the second half and somehow can't cover the number at the time, -2. If you got -2.5, you actually lost with Dallas. So that's tough. Yeah, thank you for the dono. We appreciate that there, Tan. Thank you very much. We appreciate that as well. And if you thought that was Tom fuckery with Dallas, how about this Miami Heat team? My gosh, those are the kind of games that make you think, God, is there something up here? Is something going on here? Like, are they just laying down and dying Miami? Because that's what it looked like last night. How are you letting Tyrese Maxey and how are you letting Shake Milton to jump off here for 20 plus points against you? Everybody and their brother was on Miami in that game last night. And sure enough, some people laid 7.5 with them because that closed 8. So imagine you laid the much worse of the number and they didn't even win the game straight up last night, losing to Philadelphia. So, definitely some tomfuckery last night in the NBA. Jay, were you involved in any of those games last night or did you stay away from them?
Yeah. In all honesty, Ian, I'm trying to get to this game today, my brother. I mean, if we did a recap earlier, I wouldn't mind recapping it. I did have the Heat. I got them on a -2. I just want to say one thing: closing line value doesn't mean anything if you
Nope.
lose. But yeah, I mean, in all honesty, yesterday was yesterday. Whether I win or lose,
Yep.
I'm all about today trying to get some cash. So, but this Hawks versus Knicks spot, my guys, you got the Hawks here laying 3 points on the road. This line opened up at I believe -2 for the Knicks in this one. So they did flip for him, but I did see some strength for this one for the Hawks. Obviously, this is a triple revenge spot. I don't care that Randall's out. That's not in the handicap of mine. I'm not taking the Hawks because they are out, but I would be looking towards the Hawks here. Might be thinking about eating some chicken today, my guys. I think the Hawks and the Knicks, you see them 5.5 games back out of the 10th spot. I just kind of think that they really would have to basically win every single game and need some help to get into who's trying to go balls to the wall to get to the 10 seed here. So maybe we see the Knicks trying to throw the red flag here. They might be a fade tonight and tomorrow. I like the Hawks here early and often, my guys.
Yeah, you often don't like Atlanta on the road, but I'd lean to Atlanta here as well. I know they're lost to New Orleans. That was a bad loss the other night, 117-1 to Charlotte was a bad loss too on the road. But they're tricky to trust on the road, but the Knicks kind of petered out against the Jazz Sunday, 108-93. They lost. There's no Julius Randle tonight. He's still out. Noel and Rose still out. Collins has been out for a while, so the Hawks have played without him for a while. That's nothing new. Bogdanovic is the key one for Atlanta. That's 14 points per game, 4 boards, 3 assists per game. Quadricep injury, questionable. He's missed some time as well, but hoping to have him at least on the floor for Atlanta. But the money's come in on Atlanta. I'm with you. It's just not enough points for me to take New York. It would be Atlanta at this current number for me in this game. I might lean over the total too because this ain't the same Knick team that's just playing great defense game in and game out. And we know this Atlanta team can give and feels low, this total for an Atlanta game. You look at the last few Atlanta games, we've seen 259, 235, 225, 229. This total is 226. Feels like it could get over that number. So Atlanta and the over for me is the way I would go here. Wham, what do you think, Hawks, Knicks?
Yeah, man. I think the Knicks on prime time. If it wasn't prime time, I'll be all on the over and all on the Hawks here. But I've got burnt way too many times. Starting off from the Boston Knicks game that was on ESPN early on in the season. I just remember every time I try to fade them prime time, I just get my ass killed. It's because Evan Fournier becomes superhero Evan Fournier on some whole shit. So that's the only reason why I do agree with my guy though. I that's the way the paper shows. Like the paper shows that the Hawks definitely the better team, and the Knicks, they like you said, they only 5 games. Like 5 games is a lot of fucking games. We only got 10, 11 games left, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty gonna be tough. But this is an important game. I mean, this is the team that they're 5 games behind. You know what I mean? And it is a sweep in play as well for the Knicks. So they do have a chance to sweep today. Without Julius Randle, I think he was struggling. I see somebody on Twitter. I got Nesbeth said that was addition to subtraction. I see my guy does see that too. I was like, yeah, I understand what you said, bro. I ain't mad at you. I think it's gonna help Mitchell Robinson though. I think it's double on my guy Billy Brisbane. He put that out plus 275. I seen it at plus 50, 250. That's something I am thinking about hitting on. But that probably be the only thing I am gonna hit on here. I do agree with the total being low though. Both teams has been trending towards the under. Hawks last 8 games went under 6 times. Knicks last 8 games went under 5 times. Both teams bottom 10 in effective field goal percentage in the last 5 games. I would think that probably would be the play right there for sure, the under, along with Mitchell Robinson. But I'm gonna stay away from this game just because I'm just stay the fuck away. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to bet this shit, so I'm just stay away. But I do agree with my guy with the Hawks. Easy. Couple threes drop down, they might be pulling guys. You know what I'm saying? They need to get healthy, bro. I ain't mad at him.
Yeah, definitely. Dutch, how about you? Atlanta, New York.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy Lucky Power, Mark Nick, my guy. I see you. Nets best. Yeah, I mean, interesting. I thought maybe they would rally a little bit with not having Randall back. Like I don't know. He's man. He's so. I don't really believe he's making anybody better. I'll just say that right now. And his attitude definitely probably is contagious. In the locker room, so you might see them rally. But overall, man, I broke this game down a little bit, try to give you all a little something because we got 4 games, but this is not a game I really like. I do think Atlanta would probably be the look you would think, but I don't fuck with Atlanta on the road. They're 1-8 last 9 against the number overall, 0-6. Last 6 on the road. So I just can't really fuck with these guys. And then against the Knicks have fucking had their way with them. 3-0 straight up against the number last 3, average margin of win 10 points per game. Obviously, Randall's been on the court, and to be honest with you, Randall has done work against Atlanta. So I know somebody that'll be happy Atlanta ain't out there. Might only be the Knicks. It'll definitely be Atlanta because he has had some great numbers against these cats, rebounding and points. But overall, they played well against Atlanta, held these boys to a field goal percentage of 40% in that span. They are 6-12. The Hawks are straight up last 18 meetings, 5-12-1 against the number, last 18 overall against the Knickerbockers. So, I mean, when you look at all these trends, it's hard for me to put my money on Atlanta, but I'm definitely not backing the Knicks here. So it is a backwood for me, man.
All right, backwood for Dutch here with the Hawks and the Knicks. All right, we go to Chicago, Milwaukee. Milwaukee, one of the probably the best game, I guess, on paper tonight would be this one. Bucks 8-point favorites, 234 the total in this game. Total's been hit up. I don't disagree. I mean, we'd look at Chicago always. A team that can give up points in bunches. Last night, though, give them credit and credit to Dutch. Like Chicago last night, they got it done. 113-99, pulled away in the second half. It looks like Levine, sore left knee again, still bothering him as of right now. He did play last night, 35 minutes, 26 points, had a great game. Will we see Levine tonight? We'll have to wait and see on that. He's currently listed as a game time decision, questionable with the knee. Starting to think he may not play. Ball, of course, is still out. Other than that, though, everybody's back. We mentioned Pat Williams coming back as well last night for the Chicago Bulls in that game. It was, in fact, not a bad outing from him. He contributed 7 points, in that game. Vucevic DeRozan did his thing as usual, 26 points, but nice bounce back and a much-needed win for the Bulls. But here's the problem. Now they're going on the road. Big red flag, big problem. They haven't done anything on the road for a while. And they're playing a Milwaukee team coming off a loss where Giannis sat against the Timberwolves. Didn't play in that game. 138-119 on Saturday. They got a huge rest advantage. I understand why they're coming in on Milwaukee here. Do I want to lay 8 now? I don't know, but I understand why they took Milwaukee in this game. This might be a first half look potentially on Milwaukee or split it up with the full game -8. I do agree with the total move up, though. I think we could get there with over the total in this game. Certainly makes some sense. Although I might wait to bet that until I get confirmation Levine's in, because Levine will take away a lot of offense from the Chicago Bulls if he's not on the floor tonight. So right now, nothing on the side, just to lean Milwaukee, but the number's gone away. And I would look over, but only if Levine's on the floor tonight in this one. Let's start with Dutch here. What do you think, Chicago, Milwaukee?
Yeah, man. This is a good game here, I believe. My guy Sam Comer, I see you, my dude, saying it's a sharp line. I believe it is, and I believe there is some value here with the Bulls. But my man Ian touched on it. It's big. I said it yesterday. This Chicago Bulls team is gonna pretty much live and die by Levine. You know what you're gonna get out of DeRozan. Big Vooch is gonna give you what he's gonna give you. But if Levine can play Zach Levine basketball like we've known and seen him play in Chicago, then this team can't win basketball games against Milwaukee, against Toronto, like you seen last night. But last night was a beautiful spot, like I mentioned, for Chicago. And they kind of were in cruise control a little bit late third after that against this team. It's a short travel. I know it's a back-to-back situation here. But without Chris Middleton out there, I know Giannis will play, but no Chris Middleton. I just don't really trust this Milwaukee Bucks team. I mean, we know these two teams don't like each other, so you're going to give me a motherfucking touchdown and a hooker? I believe there's some value here with the Bulls, but I will not be betting this game if Zach LaVine's not in the lineup. So no pressing, no buttons until I see officially who's suiting up for Chicago. But the Bucks are 0-4 against the number last four home games following a road trip of 7 days or more, 6-12 overall against the number last 18 in conference. And, they have won 2 games against the Bulls this year, 2-0 straight up this year, but average margin of win in both games was 5 points, 1-6, 1-4. So like I mentioned, the line is, and my man Sam said, the line is sharp. I believe it is, but I believe there's slight value here on the Chicago Bulls. With Middleton out and Zach LaVine in, if we could still get 5 or better, I believe there's a lot of value on the Chicago Bulls. They'll probably win this game outright if they're fully loaded with LaVine, DeRozan, and Big Vooch out there. Because Middleton is a lot for these boys. They're going to miss him out there. I believe Connaughton's back, coming back. They're working him back, and obviously they got Lopez back. But yeah, man, I'd look Chicago here if they're fully loaded. How you feeling, Wham Bam?
Bro, yeah, you know what? I feel like Chicago, they have covered 2 of the last 3 meetings in this game. So I think they have been taking these games a little bit more serious here. The problem, though, is that it seems like the Bucks just been winning the games. You know what I mean? This type of atmosphere, this number is not continued. Like, it's not really a short number, but this can be a short number towards down the end of the game. It becomes like more of a close 5-point game, and then it gets to the cover here. Type of game here. 14 of the last 15 meetings, this team has pretty much rocked them as far as the Bucks. The Bucks has been pretty much bad defensively as well, ranked 22nd in defense, but the Bulls have been ranked 29th in offensive rating. So they suck ass, bro, on the offensive side, bro. And that's facts. You feel me? And really, it's been trending towards the under. I'm on the other side, but Ian, but I hope he cashed the full game because I'm on the first half under. I think the under 114 points for the Bucks game. Bulls are 1-9, last 10 in the under, and when they're on the road, they're 2-8 towards the under as well in the last 10 road games. So they have been pretty much in that space. And then if you look at what they're doing in the division, out of the 13 games, it's went under 10 times in the division as well. So they are been taking these games, I believe, a little serious here. So I think the Bulls probably tighten it up on the belt. You dig, and then get to the defense on this game more than what we're used to. And maybe the Bucks still win. I wouldn't be mad at the Bucks coming out winning the first half full game as well. But I think it's going to be more of a tighter game. And like you mentioned, Ian, this probably is the best playoff style type game we're going to see tonight. So I like this look a lot. First half under 114.
All right, first half under for Wham in this one. By the way, Chicago 0-7 straight up, 0-7 against the spread their last 7 road games. So that's what they've got to overcome here if they are going to get inside the number and be competitive tonight against Milwaukee. Jay, what do you think here?
Yeah, I like what Wham was saying. He always be on some stuff. He always look at games different than I look. So I like what he was saying. But I'm kind of with Dutch on this one, man. I like what he was saying. Like I said, this is not a game that I'm interested in betting. The Bulls have been tough on the road. Obviously, they're at the rest disadvantage. They don't beat good teams. When they're facing a team better win percentage than 60%, they just can't seem to get there. That doesn't mean that they can't cover the spread. Now you look at it as well. I'm not taking the Bucks here, man. I'm not gonna say they're frauds, but without Middleton, it matters. You got Giannis coming back, but is he 100%? You got the Bucks 0-4 against the spread, last 4 home games, following a road trip of 7 or more days. It just speaks volumes to me not taking these teams. First game back home. Look like this. When I get back to the house, I got stuff I got to take care of. You see what I'm saying? So let's just put it that way. When I get back home, I got to take care of shit, and I ain't really worried about. I'm still worried about the show, but say if I was playing basketball. I wouldn't be worried about it. Let's just put it this way. It's Bulls +8 or nothing for me. And like Dutch was saying, they lost by 4 in Milwaukee earlier this season on a back-to-back, and they sat out LaVine. They were getting 11.5, and damn near won that game, only lost by 4. But on the other hand, there was when DeRozan was red hot as well. He has cooled off. So tough game for me. Bulls are nothing. I'm not laying 8 with the Bucks in this spot.
Yeah, this is one tough game after another. Like best bet's going to be a challenge for me to find one, to be quite honest with you on this card today. But we'll try. I'm still thinking. I haven't even decided on a best bet yet, but we'll come up with one before the end of the show, which is coming up after this game, final game. Clippers, Denver Nuggets. We've got Denver Nuggets 6.5-point home favorites, 222 the total here in this one. It's another tricky spot, but you got two teams kind of reeling right now. The Clippers have lost 3 in a row. They lose in overtime to the Cavs. They lose to the Raptors at home. They get blown out by the Utah Jazz. That's a long time ago when they played that game. It was Friday when they played the Jazz. And so they've had a lot of time off, and they have a big rest advantage. That's important. But Boston's coming off back-to-back losses. Cleveland and OT, they got drilled by Boston. No shame in that. Celtics, one of the hottest teams going right now. They can't be stopped at the moment, although they let people down yesterday with the backdoor cover by OKC last night in that game. But no, nevertheless, I mean, when you look at it, Boston is playing great, so you can't really say terrible loss for Denver the way Boston's playing right now. We'll see how this goes. I know the under's been a machine lately for the Clippers. I mean, they've really been trending under the total. You might be able to see this game also stay under. Yet it's been the over that's taken some money here in this game. Denver's been the opposite. They've been trending over 4 of their last 5. Have gone over the total. You look at series history. They played a very high-scoring game last game, and then a low-scoring game in LA right before that. So 1 over, 1 under. That's tricky. For me, maybe Denver first half. I'm kind of interested in that. You can get -3.5 with the Nuggets in the first half. I got to trust Denver a little bit. They're at home. They've at least got a day off here, the Nuggets, after the loss to Boston. I know the Clippers are very well rested, which is always important. I know Ski Profit really makes a point to mention the rest advantage that teams have in certain games. But at the same point in time, I think Denver's still a little bit better than the Clippers. I mean, I won't like the Clippers till they get Norm Powell back, and they get Kawhi back, and they get Paul George back. Let's be honest. Reggie Jackson and Coffee and all these guys, they're doing the best they can, with all these guys out. But at some point, you got to say, hey, we're not going to be what we should be until we get some of these guys back. And it's going to show up maybe in a game like this tonight against the Denver Nuggets. I think Denver's probably the side. I'm not crazy about laying 6.5, but more than anything, I think I might focus more on the first half with Denver -3.5, that we get a good start after. Come on, let's be honest. I know Boston's playing great, but no team with any sort of pride, heart, and any sort of decent team wants to lose by 20 on their home floor. So I like Denver more so early in the game at -3.5 first half here. Wham, what about you? Clippers, Nuggets.
Yeah, and I think if anybody may be confused, my guy's talking about the Clippers, not Boston. I understand exactly what you're saying. They just played Boston and lost the last 2 games. But as far as Monte Morris is where I'm going to go in this game, man. Monte Morris over 2.5 rebounds. Surprisingly enough, this team is ranked 29th in opposing guards to get boards. So they allow one of the highest in opponents to get boards. Third most, for the season. In the last 5 games, they have they're ranked, 5th most in that span as well. So they have been doing it as well. Mark and Monte Morris have been getting to the boards over 2.5 rebounds, 8 of the last 10 games, hitting at a pretty good rate. I just think he's going to be in position to get this opportunity, and it is juice. Don't get me wrong; it's at -122, but I think the juice is rightfully so, because he's been hitting it recently there. So I'm not really ashamed of that. I do want to note. I am going to note that Zubac did talk about it weeks ago about not having these guys not having these guys. He said no one is confused because yeah, for sure. Y'all probably more confused when I speak rather than when Bano speak, for sure. You feel me? For sure.
What's the confusing part? I said they played Boston the last game, Denver, and they got blown out. That's what I was talking. That's why I mentioned Boston.
No, my fault.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't even mean to correct you, bro. I just heard you say Boston at the end. That's all it was. No, neither here nor there. But going to the guy here,
pretty
he's
straight
averaging
forward to me. Yeah.
he's averaging 3.8 rebounds, bro. So over the last 6 games, so I think he's going to be able to get to the 2.5 to the 3. So I think that's a good spot. Monte Morris, that's the bet I didn't make in here.
Yeah. And by the way, like I say, it's no shame losing yes, some shame in losing by 20 at home to Boston, but no shame losing to Boston right now. Boston's just been terrific the last month or so, no doubt. Dutch, what about you here? Clippers, Nuggets.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy Alfonso Scott. Nathan, I see you, my dude. Yeah, this game, man. I really like this game here for the Nuggets, and I watched that game. I believe it was Sunday. Versus Celtics. You touched on it a little bit, yeah. And then the Nuggets came out a little bit in that first quarter. That second quarter, I believe they have 14 points on the board, and they're down by 24, 25 points at halftime. It was no energy, no nothing in the building. It was just Joker looked lost. The whole team looked lost. Their announcers were calling them out. It was, a beautiful thing for me because I like Boston there, but I looked at it as a bounce back spot when Denver hits the court next. Now, they have lost 3 games in a row at home, too, so I feel like they're going to feel some type of way, not only losing to Boston, but also 3 straight at the crib. I look for them to come out hungry. I like that 3.5 a lot early. I'm not mad at the 6.5, but I think you're going to get the best basketball out of not only Joker, but Monte Morris. My man touched on Aaron Gordon and Bones Highland, the rest of the crew, Barton getting involved. It's going to be a complete effort, I think, here from Denver. And I just, I look at it as a spot where I think they're a lot better than the Clippers, to be honest with you. Now, the Clippers do have a tendency to hang around. So I do like the first half a lot more because Denver does seem to fuck around a little bit, coming out of the half as well. But they are 0-3 ATS versus the Clippers this year in the 3 matchups, but they're 2-1 against the number first half in those 3 games. The Clippers are 1-3 ATS last 4 first halves. Their 3 losses are by average margin of 20 points per half, double digits in all 3 of those games. I expect the same here. Look for Denver to come out and smash. The Clippers have been playing suspect basketball of late. Obviously, have lost 3 in a row. They're 2-3-1 on the road last 6 against the numbers. So, like I mentioned, I'm not mad at at Denver full game. I believe they will run away with this game. But I definitely like that 3.5. 4 points at halftime will be easy money. Will be a mile motherfucking high by halftime. Believe it. Big shout out to our guy Real Simba in the chat too. I see you. But yeah, I love Denver here. First quarter, I don't fuck with first quarter plays, but I do. I'm not mad at it. But first half -3.5, I love that look.
Yeah, Denver -3.5 is what I was looking at here as well against the Clippers. I feel that's a little safer than the -6.5 for the full game here. All right, Jay, what do you like here? LA Denver.
Yeah, I'm kind of with. I see my guy Simba in the chat as well, man. Everybody, it's all hit the like button, subscribe, man. If you're not subscribed, retweet on Twitter. But I'm with Simba though. I'm not a big total better, but I mean, you look at the pace over the last 5 games between these 2 teams, man. The Clippers are dead last 30th, averaging only 92 possessions, and then the Nuggets aren't too far behind, 24. So you got 2 of the top 6 slowest teams in the league over the past 5 games. The Clippers are offensively challenged. I'm staying away from their games because I know that this team, I don't know, we've seen them get high. We even seen them come back from 20-point, 30-point deficits. So we know this team never gives up. It's just then you have other times where they just come out there and play like they don't give a damn, bro. So I'm staying away. I stay away from games like that. But this under, in all honesty, I don't see how the under doesn't come through in this one. The last over that the Clippers did have, it went to overtime with the Cavs. Other than that, they would have had basically 5 straight unders and 7 out of 8, my guys. So I'd be looking towards under this game. That's why I'm leaning. I'd rather talk about some shirts in this game, man.
This is one of those. This is one of those backwood cards here today.
No, for real.
NBA. That's for the whole 4 games. Like I finally have decided on a best bet from these 4 games, and even then, it's like a lukewarm bet. It's far from best, but it's the best of what we got here on this 4-game slate. By the way, we've made the decision. We know you guys love this show every day. We're not going to have one on Thursday this week. We've made that decision. There won't be a show Thursday. There's 5 games on Thursday, but I know, there's lots of logistics going on with this Pubapalooza in San Antonio. I'll just be arriving like an hour or so before the show on Thursday. So, and we got to go to the tournament, and it's 6:30 when the tournament starts locally. And we do the show usually 3 p.m. Central, so it's going to be a quick turnaround. So we won't have a Pub Hub on Thursday, which is a smaller card anyway. We will have one tomorrow for the big Wednesday card, so we'll have you covered there. And Friday for sure, we'll be on 4 p.m. Eastern. I'll be on live from San Antonio Friday on the NBA Pub Hub from San Antonio. Looking forward to that. We got a huge Friday NBA card as well. Definitely excited about that. And, of course, excited for Pubapalooza as well. 317 live viewers in the YouTube chat right now, everybody. Hit that like button. We appreciate it. Let's get that like count. 150 likes, Mando. That's the rule here with the NBA Pub Up.
Yeah,
We will wrap things up coming up. We got best bets and Dutch's freshest look coming right up. Southtown 101, when you're in San Antonio, Texas, stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke. Manscaped promo code PubSports, 20% off your purchase. Lawnmower 4.0 or any Manscaped product with promo code PubSports. And MyBookie.ag, NBA, college basketball, NHL, MLB coming up. We're going to have baseball in just a couple weeks. Sign up for an account, MyBookie.ag, Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit. MyBookie.ag, promo code PubSports. All right, we got best bets. We've got Dutch's freshest look coming right up. Let's start with Wham. We'll start with you here. What do you like for best bet?
Yeah, I'm going to just give y'all both the plays that I did make today. It's going to be Monte Morris over 2.5 rebounds. It 8 out of the last 10 times. And then also we're going to take the Bucks first half under 114, minus 108 for that play, minus 122 for the Monte Morris rebounds.
All right, there we go. A little double action there for Wham with best bets today on this Tuesday. All right, J Money, what do you got best bet?
Yeah, man. For me, I kind of like these Warriors today, man. I like these Warriors. Come here. Oh, I got the shirt on. You see what I'm saying? We're going to fucking Smack City. Warriors first half, riding with my guy Ronald. He talked me into it. I already like it. I know it's a Smack City spot off 2 straight losses. They got the heat tomorrow. They're not winning tomorrow. They know this. They're gonna come out here and take some frustration out on the Magic, though. So give me the Warriors first half. Let's
Warriors. All right, Warriors first half. Warriors come out and play. There we go. Golden State -4 first half against Orlando. And by the way, I saw a tweet earlier. Kerr has asked about whether we might rest Clay and some others tomorrow against Miami. He's already saying he's considering it. So maybe get in on Miami. Bet Miami early tomorrow. Maybe
they have no chance in that game.
Yeah, because and they're pissed off after that Philly game for sure. So that's a good look tomorrow. Probably Miami laying the wood to Golden State tomorrow. And get on that, because if they rest guys, that line's going to go up. All right, Dutch, what do you got for freshest look?
Yeah, man, freshest look. We're going to Colorado. About to be a mile motherfucking high going in, and we're going out early, quick and early, getting that motherfucking bag. Later, motherfucking 3.5. That's good money.
There you go. 3.5 Denver, -3.5 against the clip joint. First half for Dutch with his freshest look. My best bet's going to be, I ended up going with Atlanta, New York, over the total of 226. I think it gets there with these 2 teams. Atlanta, it's a low total for them. A lot of their games have been going over this number lately. The Knicks, not as much, but I think, you get a team like Portland, they push them into an over like they did at the Garden just a few games ago. That game flew over the total. I think you'll get something similar here tonight with the Hawks and the Knicks. We'll go over this total of 226, Atlanta, New York, for my best bet for this Tuesday card. That'll wrap it up for the NBA Pub Up. Thanks to everyone in the chat for joining us. We appreciate it. A reminder, the Ice got, or not the Ice, I've got my other show on the brain. We got the NBA Pub Up, 4 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow on Wednesday. And then we're going to be off Thursday and back on Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern, the NBA Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. And again, the countdown to San Antonio is on Thursday to next Thursday, the 31st. We're looking forward to it. For Dutch, for J Money, for Wham, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Tuesday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. We'll see you again tomorrow on Wednesday for another NBA Pub Up right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man. You know where it's at, Pub Sports Radio. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. Y'all, salute to the real ones. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, but stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.